Hi, this is Mr. A with Google Ink 2 quick tips for teachers, students, and parents who are using the G Suite for Education platform. Today, we're going to start our series on using Google Forms for assessments in your Google Classrooms. But before we get into the how-tos, we're going to take a quick look at some of the settings and the options in an average Google form. Now, Forms is just one of the apps in the Google for Education suite, and you can open it either from directly in the classroom or directly from your Google platform. Now, in the top left corner, whenever you open a form, you have the option to give it a name, and this is the name that will appear in the Google Drive. You also have the choice where it says blank quiz to give your form a title. Now, this is the title that all of your students will see once you have shared the form with them to use. Now, at the top right, we have a number of options, which I'm going to go through one by one to make sure that you have it covered. First is the customization option. This allows you to make your form look exactly how you would like it to. You can choose from one of the many themes that they have available. I'll choose a birthday theme. Or you can upload photos from your computer that you can use for them. Additionally, you can also change the color scheme depending upon the color that you like or your students may like. And you can also change the font style from basic, decorative, formal, or playful. Now, the other option, which looks like an iris, would allow you to preview your form in a new window. So every time that you make a change, you can go have a look to see how your form would appear to your students. The next icon is a gear that allows you to change the many settings that comes with Google Forms. First one we have is collect email addresses. This ensures that anyone who completes your form, they have to fill out their email address. Underneath that is response receipts, which allows Google to send a response to every person who fills out your form. Under the section required signing, this is used if you want to restrict your form to only persons within your G Suite domain, for example, your school. So you can either leave it blank so it can be viewed and used by anyone anywhere, or you can click the checkbox to ensure that only persons within your class or within your school will have access to this form. Limit to one response, that is pretty self-explanatory. And then you can also give respondents the option to edit the form after they have completed it, or to see summary charts and the text responses. Now, this is under the general section of the settings window. So we're now going to go to presentation. And these are pretty basic. You can show a bar to allow persons to know how they're doing with the amount of questions. You can shuffle your questions to randomize it in the event that you want to give it to a number of students and you want it to look different for everyone. And you can show a link to submit another response if you are allowing persons to submit another form after they have completed the first one. Now, the confirmation message is where you will put a message to anyone who has completed your form. So when they are finished, this is what they will see. So that takes care of presentation. And now over to quizzes, the final section. Now you can make this form a quiz. That way you can use it in your assessments and we'll do an entire video on that. And if you do make it a quiz, you can allow students to see their marks or their grades immediately or later after you as the teacher have reviewed it. And last but not least, you can determine what your students can see after they have completed their form. They can see questions they have missed, questions they have gotten correct, as well as the points overall. So these are the options within the settings area of your Google Forms. And last but not least, under send, when it is time to share, you can send your form via email and just simply put someone's email address, give it a title. This will be the email title. And you can also include the form in the email so that they do not have to leave their email inbox when they're filling out the form. If you're good with HTML and website design, you can also choose the link. That way you can just copy the link and send it to anyone that you would like. But as you will see soon, we're going to create our forms inside the Google Classroom, so there will be no need for us to share or send via this method. So that's it for the many settings in Google Forms. Happy teaching, happy learning.